Hello, everyone. I'm back live to do another test to make sure our sound, audio and video are the best quality I can get them for our Wednesday night show. So if you're watching, you can comment. I would be able to see that. But right now, I'm going to run a couple of tests.
Are you live? It's not coming up as live on your feed.
I'm live on, yes.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Go ahead. So you're good.
Yes, I see you're watching. Okay. So I'm going to go down to present a video file. This is a long file, and I compressed it and did all this other stuff. So let's see what we have. This is something I've been wanting to show the viewers too, except the quality just wasn't right, and I was having difficulty with it, and maybe we got to...
My name's Tim Boone, and this is my champion framed XL350.
You know, Tim Boone, I don't get too many opportunities to have bikes here. Thanks for bringing it down.
No problem, my pleasure.
I think frame Honda, this thing is absolutely magical. Why don't you give us, let's do this. Let's talk a little bit about how you got the bike. And then we'll walk around, get a little closer, and maybe talk about some of the details. So where did the bike come from? How did you find it?
I found it at a bike show over in Scotts Valley.
Okay.
It was just somehow there's a lot of beautiful bikes there, as you know. I think you were there. And I just gravitated towards this. And the gentleman, I keep forgetting his name. But we must have crossed paths a million times because I grew up in Fremont. He lives in Fremont.
Right.
And this is where the motorcycle was. And then when I seen him, I said, boy, I would really love to have one. And he goes, well, just by chance, I can't kick him over anymore because he's in his 80s.
Yeah.
I would like to get rid of him. I have 4, and this is the one I wanted.
I remember seeing this bike, and it was in the show that day.
Yes.
And, or maybe it was, no, I think it was this one. And it caught my eye, and I never thought after that show I'd ever get a chance to see it again. And then you and I with Facebook and buying and selling parts together and whatnot. Well, you decided you wanted to bring it over today, and I was not going to say no. What size is the engine?
It's a 420 bored and stroked. So it's got the stroker crank kit. It's got a power roll cam. Funny thing is, you would think it's all XL350 motor, but he is very good about knowing what side cases will work better on it.
Right.
So he'll do an XL175 or the Trials bike. Sometimes he gets the side cases off those. Because I don't know how many he's built total, but he has 4. Well, he has 3 left. This was one of the 4 that he had that I got. This was my favorite. He has 2 more champion frame XL350s. One's with a 480, another 420, and he has a C&J XL350 with a 420 kit.
How many variations of that engine it's not a power roll, is it? What engine is actually, what's the kit that's in that engine?
There's a company, well, it was power roll.
Oh, it was?
It was. But there's a company still making stroker kits that are out of Florida that you can still get.
Okay.
You can still get this has a different ignition in it. It's not a Honda ignition. So you can still get those trick ignitions for them. And it's just a Mikuni round slide carburetor, but it does have a handmade intake on it. And the pipe is handmade. And of course, chain frame's handmade. He used to work at Fox Shocks, and he made the shocks himself for the bike. So a lot of handmade bits and pieces. Those are actually TT500 Yamaha forks that he machined down and then did Race Tech this front end to make it work better. These are YZ400 Z-spoke Yamaha wheels that Buchanan built for him. Because back in those days, when I was 100% Greeks, I used to race and ride back in the 70s. Yamaha had the best drum brakes. So, and he agreed with me, and that's what he put on this bike and all of his framer bikes that he built.
Tell me a little bit more about this pipe. It is something special. I love how the welds look on it, and just look at that, boy. Tell me a little bit more about that.
He decided to make everything stainless steel in the pipe because it was easier to keep clean, plus it looked pretty. So he made the head pipe himself with a tubing bender that he's got in his own backyard. And he's seen the muffler on eBay, and I think it was for a Yamaha R6. And so he made it work for this bike.
Absolutely beautiful. What kind of finish? You mentioned the Z rims or the Z-Spoke from Yamaha. But these hubs, the finish on them is beautiful. Any idea what that might be?
He did have them powder coated. I don't know the company that he did it out of.
Okay.
I know a powder coating company out of Modesto that does really good work. And he did the engine with a slight wrinkle finish. Not all wrinkle finishes are the same.
Right.
Most wrinkle finishes are like really bold. This one's very, very tame, but beautiful.
Yeah, it almost looks like a sandcast, which was probably, probably the look he was going for.
Yes.
Now, something I've seen hundreds, maybe thousands of. This tank is as straight as I have ever seen. That's the tank that's on the bike, and that's definitely a 74 CR 250 tank by the way it looks.
Yes. And that's what he does to all of his, and it's an Elsinore seat.
Mhm.
Those are Elsinore fenders, front and rear, which he had painted because he wanted to do the black theme. He's got another one that has the red theme on it. And he did a lot of polishing on bits and pieces on the, he handmade the intake manifold, all the valve covers, the oil cap, all that stuff has been polished by him. He did it all himself. He polished the fork legs.
Yeah, I could see the polish work is real nice on it.
Yeah.
Tell me about the gold on the triple clamps. Anodizing?
Nope, he did that. He had that powder coated along with all the black powder coating that he did. But that's a gold powder coating.
This thing is absolutely spectacular.
He also did, if you notice, the little releases
Yeah.
on the port caps like you would on a modern bike.
Oh, yeah.
So when you ride hard, sometimes you get a little buildup and then you release the pressure.
You've ridden this bike?
Yes, I have.
You haven't raced it.
I haven't raced it yet. I'm not really in good shape right now, so I need to really get my cardio going.
Okay.
I'm in good shape for a 62-year-old guy, but I'm not in good shape for a motocross guy.
We're in good shape for the shape we're in.
Exactly.
We're in good shape for the shape we're in. Tim, I got to get back on the other side of that bike. And thank you so much for bringing it down.
Oh, my
it's
pleasure.
absolutely spectacular. And thanks for buying some parts from me.
Oh, absolutely.
And what other bikes do you have? Maybe we can bring it out someday and take a look at it.
Oh, absolutely. I've got a 1977 Suzuki R125, which I showed up at your Legends of Hero motocross booth.
I remember that.
Brock Glover came over to look at it, and he took pictures with it and everything, so I had that. That's sitting on my staircase.
In your house?
In my house, yeah. All these bikes stay in the house. Normal person would put it in the garage, but,
Well,
I'm not
abnormal people
normal.
put them in a house. That's what we do.
And I have that. I'm building, currently, I had new back in '73. Sold it because I was racing in the '80s on 500s because I couldn't afford 125 and 250. 500s, you can go 1 year on a clutch and a piston.
That's about it.
Right? Yeah. So I started racing that, but I still needed money, so I sold all my old bikes, my SWM, my 73 250, and a bunch of parts I had. And I regretted it. Well, but I found one in Boise, Idaho, and the adventure that was, I called the guy because he had a 209 area code, which is close to my house. Yeah. He goes, I used to live in Modesto, but I'm in Boise. I go, oh boy.
Did you go out to Boise to get the bike?
He goes, it only takes 10 hours. I go, I'm packing an overnight bag now.
Kim, I got to run over to the other side of the shop. I want to thank you for bringing this thing in.
No
we'll
problem.
get together on some other stuff, okay?
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Well, guys, I think we got it. I think we got it where it doesn't lag and the audio is synced correctly. Remove from studio. And Brian Webley, man, you just must wait around for me to come up across Q&A. You're always around. Thank you. Don Zabalski, Michael Durand. It's a new name. I hope you could join us on Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock for our show. That would be really great. Same with Alan Tellier. I'm going to be here for a couple of minutes yet. I'm going to run a few more tests. Actually, you know what? I can't run any more tests because that's the only video that I ran through this new program that I had to download. If you are interested in knowing what it is, it's called Handbrake. It's free. You download Handbrake, and it takes videos that are really long that give you poor quality through your connection, through your Wi-Fi, because they're so long, that it compresses them somehow. Look, I don't know how it all works. I know one thing, it was free. I was able to download it and I got it to work. And I think that's saying a lot because I'm not really that well schooled in electronics, technical things, especially when it comes to a computer. I'm going to download, or I am going to compress a few more of those videos using Handbrake, and I'm going to try them again later. I hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for stopping by, and come by again on Wednesdays, please. Michael, Alan, come by and see the show. Wednesday night at 6, and I'm live every weekday morning with a little show called Tank Bangers right here on Vintage Motocross Q&A. Thanks again, guys.